What is up everyone and welcome back to the MMA Zone. Today we are starting with Jon Jones responding to a leaked video. The video we covered yesterday where Jon Jones talked about having severe arthritis was reportedly recorded using Meta glasses. Jon says it was a private conversation and was never meant to be recorded. Before we continue, make sure to leave a like to help support the channel. Jon later went into more detail and revealed that the UFC has known about his arthritis for years. He also said they know he would put everything on the line for a UFC White House event. In an interview with TMZ Sports, Jones explained that fighters often deal with injuries quietly and that many of them live with daily pain. He said his arthritis is real and that he is grateful for his battle scars. Jones added that slowing down is part of evolution and choosing longevity over unnecessary damage. He confirmed that the UFC knows the full extent of his condition and that if he were to fight one last time, the reward would need to be something special. For him, that was the White House event. Jones said his career is already legendary and that he is still training hard and capable of beating most fighters even if it takes a proper warm-up and stretch. With this information about his hips, it seems likely that if the UFC passes on Jones for the White House event, he may never fight again. With Jones nearing 40 years old and facing possible hip replacement, it makes sense why he would only return for something historic. It also explains why his movement looked slower in his last fight against Stipe, as arthritis would clearly affect mobility. In other news, Dana White has reportedly removed multiple fighters from the UFC roster. The promotion has been cutting fighters early this year and more names are now being added to the list. Reports from last night say that Rafael Cito has been removed from the roster. He entered the UFC with an undefeated record of 11-0 and was signed directly after failed Contender Series attempts. His UFC run did not go well as he went 0-4. His most recent fight was in November where he lost by first-round submission. Hopefully things turn around for him outside the UFC. He was not the only fighter released. According to Tom Feely from Sherdog, Alex Caceres is also no longer with the UFC. Just 2 weeks ago, Caceres said on a live stream that he was waiting on a call from the promotion. That call never came and it now appears that the UFC has moved on from him.
But that call never came and it looks like they dropped him instead.
When am I competing again, Alex? I don't know. I got to talk to UFC about that. Just waiting on their call. Still in the testing pool. It's just been over a little bit over a year, so just gonna wait for the next one.
His last fight was against Sean Woodson where he suffered a loss. Alex Caceres ends his UFC career with a record of 16 wins, 13 losses, and 1 no contest. Since 2024, he has also stayed active by competing in grappling matches. In other news, Dana White testified in court last night for a new case and things got interesting. White appeared in a hearing related to 2 ongoing lawsuits against Zuffa that involve accusations of spoliation. Spoliation refers to the destruction or mishandling of evidence connected to a court case. Dana White and UFC executive Tracy Long testified together regarding the remaining antitrust class action lawsuits filed by Kunjan Johnson and Misha Cirkunov. Johnson filed his case in 2021 while Cirkunov filed in 2025. Both lawsuits are considered follow-ups to the Liye v. Zuffa case, which TKO settled in 2024 for $375 million after allegations of violating antitrust laws by using anti-competitive practices to suppress fighter pay. Nolan King of MMA Junkie broke down the situation and reported that Dana White and Tracy Long were questioned extensively about their roles within the company. They were asked about the types of communication they used, which messaging apps were involved, who they communicated with, and why certain messages were missing. Dana stated that he is not tech-savvy and does not fully understand how apps work. He explained that his assistant handles his phone upgrades and app installations. Plaintiff attorney Michael D'Angelo questioned Dana about conducting business with fighters through messaging apps such as WhatsApp, as shown in an exhibit involving Jeremy Stevens. Dana denied doing any meaningful business that way and said he has not negotiated fighter contracts in years. Dana stated that no manager would say he negotiated a deal recently and emphasized that those responsibilities are no longer his. D'Angelo also asked whether Dana attempted to recover deleted messages. Dana said he personally would not know how to do that and assumed his staff would have handled it. Dana admitted that he used multiple cell phones during the litigation hold period and said he would give old phones to Hunter Campbell for safekeeping once he stopped using them. One phone, however, went missing. Dana said he does not know exactly where it went but believes it may have been stolen by a former UFC employee. He described the individual as a runner who was fired for stealing company property and said the person was related to Ari Emanuel. Dana said he became suspicious when a baseball championship ring from a Little League team went missing, followed by company Christmas gifts. After reviewing security footage, UFC security identified the individual. Dana believes his missing iPhone 11 was also taken and denied deleting or destroying any correspondence. Court proceedings resume at 9 in the morning Pacific time, so by the time this video is live there may already be updates. Now for some UFC updates. Yesterday we covered the UFC Mexico situation where a fighter pulled out and several names were offered as replacements. The UFC ultimately booked Brandon Moreno against Loner Kavanaugh, which upset many fans who felt other fighters deserved the opportunity. There is now another update. MMA Mania reporter Alex Bihunin revealed that the UFC initially approached Kyoji Horiguchi to fight Moreno. Horiguchi accepted the offer, but the fight did not happen because he still wanted to compete this weekend against Amir Albazi. This means Horiguchi was willing to fight Albazi and then return just 21 days later to face Moreno in a 5-round main event. Due to the short turnaround, the UFC decided to move forward with Kavanaugh instead. Finally, Jan Blachowicz is rocking a new look. He posted a video on social media showing that he shaved his beard for charity. He is raising money to help parents whose daughter Paula is dealing with serious health issues. Big respect to Blachowicz, who shared a video after training showing off the new look.
No i jest 20-letni Janek po sparingach. Czekam aż woda odrośnie, żeby moc wróciła. Nie no, dobrze jest. Dobry trening, 5 rundek zrobione, elegancko. Pozdrawiam.
The fight goes down this week, so make sure to tune in for Mario Bautista versus Vinicius Oliveira. During media day, Oliveira took shots at Bautista and labeled him a boring fighter. He also claimed that the UFC wants him to take Bautista out and said he is confident that he can get the job done inside the Octagon.
I think the UFC made a good choice, a good matchup, because he's a boring fighter, and I think UFC wanted to put him out, and he put me to have the chance to put him out.
Do you feel like you're gonna knock him out?
For sure, first round.
Speaking of Oliveira, he told the media that he usually has to cut around 50 pounds to make the bantamweight limit.
I think I need just to fix about my wings. I weigh so much, I like it 23. Up on the division, I need to lose 23, 24 kilos, so I cannot fight often. But now, I think I'm the better performance, I'm the better way.
Let us move on to Bo Nickel, who has been added to the new Real American Freestyle 7 event. His opponent will be Vladimir Kinche-Gashili, a Georgian professional wrestler who won silver at the 2012 Olympics and gold at the 2016 Olympics. Following UFC 324, there have been a lot of mixed reactions to the main event featuring Paddy Pimblett and Justin Gaethje. Some fighters like Colby Covington mocked the fight, while others praised it for being an exciting war. Another fighter has now joined the criticism. During fight week for his matchup against Alfie Davis, Usmanov reacted to the UFC 324 main event and said it looked like two drunk guys fighting. He said the fight would have ended early if either man faced him, and questioned the quality of the performance. Usmanov added that while he does not view Pimblett as a top 10 fighter, he did give credit to Gaethje, saying that at 37 years old he still performed well. However, Michael Chandler does not share the same opinion. In an interview with MMA Junkie, Chandler said that Paddy Pimblett proved he is a real contender at UFC 324. Chandler explained that the fight showed two things. Justin Gaethje is still at the top of the division, and Paddy Pimblett is a tough and legitimate contender. He pointed out that Pimblett absorbed heavy punches, got rocked, recovered, and continued to fight back while going the full 25 minutes. Chandler described it as a fun back-and-forth war and said that while logic says Gaethje should win most of the time, Pimblett showed moments where it felt like he was leveling up by competing with a veteran of the sport. Chandler believes Pimblett proved how durable and dangerous he can be. What did you think of Paddy Pimblett's performance at UFC 324? Do you agree with Chandler, or are you leaning toward Usmanov, who does not see Paddy as a top-level fighter? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Now let us talk about Khamzat Chimaev potentially struggling to make weight at middleweight. Chimaev has been calling out Alex Pereira for a heavyweight matchup over the past few months, and Kamaru Usman believes he knows why. Usman thinks Chimaev has added significant size, and cutting down to 185 pounds is becoming difficult. There are rumors that Chimaev walks around at 225 pounds or more. Usman said that Chimaev may have outgrown the division and is now looking for a new weight class where he can perform without draining himself. Usman also said that Chimaev making 170 pounds in the past was already extreme, and compared it to how unrealistic it would be for someone like Anthony Joshua to do the same. If Chimaev truly cannot make the weight anymore, then moving up makes sense. Whether it is a weight issue or simply boredom with the division, a fight between Chimaev and Pereira would bring massive attention back to the sport. Finally, Sean O'Malley has expressed interest in fighting on Dana White's Zuffa boxing promotion. Everyone knows O'Malley's career has not followed a perfect path, but after his big win over Song Yadong at UFC 324, he appears to be regaining momentum. O'Malley revealed that he would be open to competing in Zuffa boxing and even said he is not chasing a massive payday. Here is the clip.
Zuffa boxing, I'm so curious where this is going to go. I've been seeing all the promotions. I'm like, God, it's going to take them signing a superstar, like someone that's just captivated, someone you're like, I gotta watch the fight. People that are promoting for the main event next fight, it's like, I don't know if that's it, but you can't question Dana. It has potential.
I could see you going that route. So.
Me, I would love to transition and do a little bit of boxing, and I wouldn't even care if it's like a huge deal, like Sugar versus Gervonta. That would be sick. I would love to do that. I'm 1-0 boxing. Find me a 5-0 boxer. Find me a 1-0. Like, build me up slowly. Don't, you know, like, I want to be paid, you know, reasonably, but you don't gotta pay me. You know, I'm not gonna be, I want 5 million, I want 10 million. Pay me a couple $100, 100 racks when we fight some guys, you know, 3-0, 4-0 on Zuffa boxing. I would love to do that. That'd be interesting. And I really feel like my style could transition.